Welcome to another video of Fathoming Mind. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the tamed aggression. Already we have heard about the term aggression. Aggression means it is an agitated feeling that comes out of the frustration of the person which he may be brooding for sometimes inside the mind. And all the aggression may not have its expressions. The angry feeling, when it has expression, it makes a lot of problems in the society, and it creates also the problems for the individual. So what is the origin of aggression and how it came to be the present form, the evolution of aggression, and what is the tamed aggression? That is what we are going to discuss in today's video. So we know that when we look into the history of man or the evolution of the man, we can see that the man have lived in the caves in the forest by wearing the minimum dress and hunting the animals and bringing those animals and eating them and taking shelter in the cave. This way the man was feeding himself and his family, and he was feeding. So that was a method of aggression. He was using a method of aggression to gain a livelihood for himself. Slowly, man came to a culture of agriculture. He started also feeding the animals. He changed his form of aggression of killing animals into the feeding animals. The domestic animals are example for that. The cows, sheep, and all these animals that we are feeding. So these animals are fed and they are giving the milk, and it also became a means of economy for him by selling the meat or the wool from the sheep. Okay, all this way the man was earning the money, and also the man was doing the agriculture society. From here, the man started to reform himself. To change himself from the primitive aggressive form of reacting to things, but by leading a settled life. Here we can see the another form of aggression. So now the people have come into a age of technological development. The society, the evolution of the society, there is politics and many other things. So we can just look it into the politics or the history of politics. In the former times, the kings were ruling and they were having the kingdom in India. If you look into the Indian history, we can see the India was divided into different kingdoms, and the kings were ruling. And we know that these all kings were using some kind of power. And this power also was another modified form of aggression. A king may defeat the other king and get the another kingdom and annex that kingdom to his own kingdom. That way they were expanding their kingdom and suppressing others, and also suppressing his own people to make him obey and do things like to pay taxes and to do so many things. Even when the Britishers they came to India and other invaders, they also used this means the power and authority to suppress the other people. So when we come into the present culture also, we can see the political parties they are using this power and authority to make the people obey and things like that, and by creating the fear among the people, and they are trying to make people obey their orders and so many things like that. So the political strikes and other things are some kind of expression of the aggression to show the power. So they show the power. So here we can see from the primitive man of hunting an open expression of aggression, which is in a modified form. So the man has become in a modified form. So we know that the aggression is exercised in very different fields. Both men or women are expressing the aggression. Men mostly express the hostile aggression, which may be sometimes in a rigid form. Okay, that may be attacking also sometimes may be there. But the women are expressing the aggression in a verbal form by telling so many things regarding a particular incident which they disliked in their heart. So this way men and women are expressing the aggression that they are having inside. So already we discussed it's an agitated form. So we know the aggression is also used in different fields. The form of power and authority in different fields, the aggression is used to make the discipline in some part of the society. The policemen and the other people, the military, and all these are used. The aggression is used here in a different form. So we know that without aggression, sometimes it is not possible for the man to exist also, because to create fear, to make the discipline in the society and all, people need the aggression and things like that, so that the people will follow the rules and regulations in the society. So here we can call the aggression as the tamed aggression, which is not just a primitive expression of aggression. So Sigmund Freud tells about aggression is the primitive urge of man. So the primitive urge of aggression is also now existing in a developed or an advanced form in the mind of man to create some order in the society. So when we are breaking the barriers of aggression, that is through love and by growing of heart, with a widened heart, when we are breaking it, the enlightened people, the so-called enlightened people, they are able to break the barriers of aggression and to see society with a peaceful and calm mind, and give calmness and soothness of the mind. So let us also advance into the higher level of our personality, or the higher level of our being, by exercising compassion, even from the form of the tamed aggression. Even though the tamed aggression is an unavoidable factor, the so-called enlightened people like Swami Vivekananda or Mahatma Gandhi, who used non-violence, and so many other great people, they give us the example of the love and compassion, how also it can also work in the society. So let us also try to improve the love and compassion from the tamed aggression to lead the society into a greater level and higher level, and all the more our own personality to a greater and higher level. Thank you, dear friends.